The Genealogy of Redemption. Take a trip down with me this festive season of time and seasons of redemption. It is an epic 42-chapter illustration of 3 14-part series of narration. The promise made to Abraham, then David, and handed Solomon, but yet evil they did. Through Shealtiel to Jacob was a silent season. To Joseph, Mary, reason for the season. It was a story of promise, then doubt. Man-made fixes didn't quite work out. Sarah poured laughter over prophecy, but a baby was born from age-old pregnancy. The octogenarian parents raised a son. It was a precursor to the promised son. Isaac, like sheep, was led to Mount Moriah. But God would end this story here. Suspense built up and led to Jacob's flight, and later return ticket after a night fight. This story was far from over, hold tight. Because Campeter's son's namesake was in sight when he rerouted Abraham's settlement to a distant land for grain and later torment. Till Moses in a basket came to the seaside. Like Bethlehem, he survived infanticide. Hope was brief. He fled to the wilderness, not to be tempted, but in God gain access. The blood-stained doors were passed over. Like blood-cleansed heart was a makeover. Free at last, but stuck in past indulgence. They tested God's mercy with sinful excesses. A remnant made it back to Abraham's abode when hope had faded over the years down the road. A perfect ending to a seemingly epic journey. God's plan, yes, but sin was in close company. The Midianites and Philistines held a feast day until David, a boy, stepped for battle that day. He killed in thousands, but his desires were untamed. To a point that Bathsheba was forcefully claimed. Then Solomon built and unveiled the impressive temple. This was the moment. God was here. That simple. But the wise king ignored God, looked for elsewhere. Foreign wives and their gods, his heart desire. How low could this nation sink, you would ask? Didn't they strive to reach Joseph's integrity mark? Maybe an exile in Babylon might even give them a jolt. Then it was 70 years of captivity was a subplot. From hungry lions with Daniel as the zookeeper, to 3 Hebrew boys and a 4th man in Nebuchadnezzar's sauna. Clearly this was lessons learned. Finally redemption. Return from exile, yes, yet stuck in sinful rebellion. This seemed to be a lost cause, don't you think? Kings, prophets, technocrats, warriors, and priests all featured in this script with marginal success. The allure of sin 42 generations on was a mess. Perhaps another round of flood like Noah's time, a system reboot to clear the never-ending crime. But God, an unknown Jacob's namesake later bore a son, Joseph, a future furniture maker. Unlike his famous namesake, Prince of Egypt, he supplied stools and tables, not grain. He was nondescript. He mattered little to the state on food security. He was another taxpayer with minimal property. Like Amram and Jochebed, Joseph and Mary raised a wanted son by the Herod's military. This time, redemption was not a physical exit. It was a release of hearts from Satan's deceit. A perfect way to end this tension once and for all, by shedding of blood, not of bulls at all. Flowing from Emmanuel's veins at Calvary's cross to purify every penitent heart from sinful dross. It wouldn't be painted on door frames or entrances, but in hearts of all who said yes to his advances. Listen, this isn't an end, but the end of a bad beginning, and a beginning of a new life with a better ending. Imperfect generations wrote this age-old narrative of perfect love woven in daily life, comprehensive, that you and I should have a desired ending from this moment when we journey to life unending. Therefore, this day, heed the call to go to the hills, boldly claim that his birth has cured our heals.